My name is Heather, and I'm going to be your doctor taking care of you today. Just wanted to make sure I'm in the right patient's room. Can you confirm your name? Okay. All right. Let's pull you up on this chart. All right. Name. All right. And your date of birth. Okay. All right. So, right room. What brings you in today? Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to take a couple of notes. All right. Runny nose. Okay. Sore throat. Coughing. Okay. Have you had any fevers or anything like that? You did have a fever. Okay. When was the last time you checked your temperature? Last night. All right. Have you taken any medication or anything for anything? All right. No medicine. All right. So, I know whenever you checked in, they gave you a form to fill out. Do you have that? You give it back to the nurse. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Let me just refresh this to see if any of this patient history is updated. Okay, so she just gave you the form about your insurance. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to get a little bit of your patient history, since this is your first time here. And then I'll check you out, and hopefully we can figure out what's going on and get you feeling better. Okay. All right. So, have you seen any other doctors for the way that you're feeling right now? Okay, no. All right. Do you have any allergies? No allergies. Do you have any, this is including food and drug allergies? Okay. Okay. It's just that one medicine that makes you feel a little queasy? Okay. I know these are never fun to go through this history, but it's really important and it helps us a lot. So luckily, once we're done doing this, they'll just confirm this information with you next time you do it. So, but I'm really glad that you decided to check us out. We're growing a lot. It's really exciting. Okay, so, all right, there we go. All right, I'm just going to run through a couple of things and just tell me if you've ever had any of these things. This is just a little bit of your past medical history. Okay, diabetes, all right, high blood pressure. Oh, okay. Are you on any medicine for high blood pressure? Okay. Do you know what your last reading was? Oh, it's back normal. It was just high for a point in time. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I'm going to make a note that you have had high readings, but sometimes that can happen when you're stressed out in life. You can just have some temporary highs in your blood pressure. It does not mean that you are going to have high blood pressure or that you need to be on medicine or anything like that. It's just good to note, though, and it's good that you recognize that. I would just keep an eye on it just to make sure, unrelated to being sick, if you notice another high reading, just call and make an appointment with me or another practitioner. It would just be good to get you checked out just to make sure that nothing's going on there, nothing more serious, you know. Okay. All right. Yeah, I've had some high readings. When I remember when I was in medical school, around like exam time, I remember feeling so stressed out once, and I happened to be at the grocery store and just like stuck my arm in one of those little things. My blood pressure was high, but it went down. A lot of it, it can be indicative of something more, but sometimes it's really just a stressful time period. So yeah, stressful for you. Yeah, makes sense. All right, high cholesterol. All right, hypothyroidism. All right.
2 hours later.
Here we go. You can choose to not answer these if you want. This is just a little bit about your personal history. We like to gather this information in case we are a learning hospital. That thing that you signed when you, like learning, a teaching hospital. The thing that you signed when you came in, just agreed to. Sometimes we'll have medical students come in. If you see me with someone else that's assisting me, it's a medical student. And some of this information helps when we're doing different studies. If we can correlate any sort of anything medical related to just your personal history on a large scale, So you don't have to answer these if you don't want to. Okay. Do you know if you had any problems with your birth when you were born? Not that okay, not that you're aware of. Where were you born and raised? Okay. What's your highest education? Okay. I have a friend that went to that college. A lot of school spirit. All right. Your marital status? Okay. Oh, really? Congratulations. All right. What's your current or past occupation? Okay. Oh, for yourself. Cool. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to be a business owner. I'd like to open my own practice one day. That's exciting. Maybe where a little bit of that stress comes from. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Are you currently working? Well, yes, we know you are. All right. How many hours a week? 50. Whoa. That's a lot. Yeah, I understand. That's the cost of doing business yourself. All right. Have you ever received disability or SSI? Okay. All right. Well, I think that's everything that I need. Last thing. Do you drink alcohol? Okay. How many times a week would you say? Okay. What about any cannabis? Yeah, I know. I think that it's gonna get legalized, but CBD oil, CBD. That I'll take a note of it. To be honest, I don't really know a lot about that. But I do have a lot of patients that come in that are using it, so yeah. Okay. How often are you taking that? All right. Okay. Any stimulants? Okay. Are you on any other sort of medication? Do you take any other sort of medication? Okay. Oh, daily. Okay. Yeah, daily vitamins are good. All right. Okay. So, all this looks really good. I have all of the symptoms that you told me about. So I'm going to just do the physical exam at this point. just based on some of the things that you said with the runny nose and the sore throat, coughing, fever, do you have any body aches or chills or anything? No chills, whole body. Okay. Okay. Well, the flu is actually going around, so just looking at you, you don't really look like you have the flu. The flu's really bad this year, but you could just be coping with it pretty well. So we'll do a flu test, but I'm thinking that you might just have a cold. So, okay. All right. I'm just gonna check a couple of your lymph nodes. Those are, yeah, like I said, those are swollen. Okay. Yeah, here. Okay. Alright, well, first let me take your temperature here. Okay. Alright. No fever. This little thing will measure your O2. So I'm going to put this on your finger. Basically, you said that you were having a little bit of, here you go, issues. Yeah. Just hold still with that on. Yeah. Alright. Let me know whenever. It won't really do a beep, but the numbers will flash up on the screen. Let me know whenever that's ready. Just make sure you're getting enough oxygen, and we don't need to put any oxygen in your body. Okay. Alright. I'm going to take a quick look in your ears and in your mouth. Okay, let me take that from you. Alright. Okay, that looks good. Alright, record all this in. Yeah, temperature, O2 saturation is at 99. Is pretty much the best that you can get better. You can get 100, but it's really good. You want anything? Okay, just first I'm going to check your eyes. So keep your eyes open. Alright, look straight at me. Okay. Now, follow the light with your eyes. Okay. If you could open up real quick. Say, okay. Let's see. Yeah. I definitely can see that sore throat. There's a little bit of swelling. Oh, you still have your tonsils. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say that necessarily that it's rare to have your tonsils. A lot of people do have them, but I just find it interesting. I don't have mine, so it's kind of interesting when I see somebody. I'm gonna check your ear real quick. Have your ears been bothering you at all? There's a little bit of fluid on your left ear, so yeah. It might not be anything. Sometimes it happens when all of this is just really related. Ears, nose, and throat. That's why you have ENT doctors. So it's really not that uncommon to get a little bit of fluid or irritation in the ears when you have a lot of this drainage that's happening. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to take your blood pressure real quick. Give me your. Alright. And while I'm doing that, I'll listen to your heartbeat. Okay. Alright. Yeah, just. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let me get this over your arm. Okay. Yeah, your blood pressure looked good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Could you just take a deep breath for me real quick? In. Slow like that. Hold it. Okay, breathe out slowly, like. Okay. Again. Okay. Breathe out. Okay. Breathe in again. And out. Alright. One last time. Okay. Alright. If you could just turn for me, I'm gonna get your back real quick. I just want to hear the back of the lungs. You can just breathe normally for this. Okay. Yeah. Just keep breathing normal. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, now take a deep breath in. And down. Alright. Last time. In. And down. Okay. Yeah, turn around. Lungs sounded good. I thought I heard something in the beginning. That was a little worrisome in one of your lungs, but I think it just might have been my stethoscope. So we're good. We're good. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna run and grab a flu test real quick, and I will be right back with that. Okay, so basically the way we do a flu test is we get a nasal swab, we test it, the results come back pretty instantaneously. It's not really painful. You might experience a little discomfort, but it's really not that bad. It's just like kind of ear swab in the nose sort of thing. Okay. Okay, so you could just lean your head back. Okay. Alright. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm gonna give this to our lab real quick, and I'll be back with the results really, really soon. It should not take that long at all. Okay, I'll be right back. Results came back. Good news. You do not have the flu. I think you just have a common cold. I know you're feeling pretty bad. You might be getting a bit of an ear infection on that left ear, so I want you to keep an eye on that, and if it starts to really give you some trouble, let me know. If if it gets to the point where it actually isn't an infection, I'll have to call you in some antibiotics for that. It might just be irritated though from all this drainage. I can just tell with all the sneezing and coughing that you have going on. You're in the runny nose, you're having a lot of drainage. And so basically what's happening is your body's in overdrive trying to fight this cold, and it's producing all this mucus. It has to go somewhere, so it's draining down your throat, and that constant drain and dripping in your throat is making you have a sore throat. So unfortunately, there's not really any medicine for common colds that I can prescribe you. A lot of people think that if they can take a Z-Pack, it will make them better, but those really only work for infections, not a cold. But there's some things that you can do. So rest as much as you can. It's very important. Drink a lot of water. For the fever that you had, you don't have a fever now, so sometimes that can happen. It's really weird. You might just get like a quick fever, it goes away, sort of thing. But you can, if you're experiencing fever or a little bit of body aches or pains, you can take Tylenol, and you can take ibuprofen. You can rotate those. Just follow the instructions. I think it's about every like 4 to 6 hours, but you can rotate those so you always have a little bit of like a pain relief in your system. It's fine to do that. Easy. Let's see. You can also, for the runny nose, you can take an antihistamine if you want to. It might help, it might not. It's one of those things where doctors don't always agree on. They say like the histamines is what's causing this mucus, but that's not always the case. So if you're kind of feeling crazy and you just want to dry up the mucus a little bit and get some sleep, I would recommend taking an antihistamine. Usually they make you a little drowsy anyway, so even if it doesn't exactly work, it might just make you a little drowsy so you can get a good night's rest too. So, all right. Yeah, so, oh yeah, the last thing for your throat, cough drops, obviously, throat spray works really well, but you can also do some hot lemon water with a little bit of honey. And I know that seems crazy, but honey is actually really soothing for your throat, and lemon will give you a lot of vitamin C that you need when you're sick. So that's one of my personal favorite. I know it's so funny because a lot of people think home remedies don't work, and that's one that actually does work quite well. So I would suggest doing that as well. But the main thing is you're just going to need to get some rest. You go. You have a business. I get it. It's hard to sit still sometimes, but if you just rest for a day, take it easy for like a day or two, I think that you'll start to feel a lot better. You don't want to push yourself too much and make it worse, because you definitely can. Colds can turn into something worse if you don't take care of yourself, so that's very important. Okay. All right, well, I will give you a call in about 48 hours to see how you're doing. But please remember, if your ear starts bothering you, that's the main thing I'm worried about right now is your ear. Just give me a call. I'll call in the medicine. It'll be easy. Yeah, and you'll get an email with all this information in it. Everything that I just went over, we're all like electronic now, so I was typing this whole time. So you can log in and do there. If you don't want to call, you can also just message me through the patient portal, and you can tell me that your ear is bothering you. If it's more emergent though, I'll call, because I usually only check those emails morning around noon, right before lunch, and then at the end of the day. So I wouldn't want you to be in pain for a while. I want to get those antibiotics in your system as soon as you feel you might be having an ear infection, so we can knock it out. All right, well, I hope that you feel better, and thank you so much for choosing our care clinic. And I hope I don't see you too soon, but I hope that you'll come back.